In class on Friday, we worked on averaging numbers, and that's on page 15 of your text, or your work text. Okay. An average in math is basically a mean, MEAN. We can refer to it as an average or a mean. And a mean is a number that is equal to the sum of a set of numbers divided by how many number sets there are, or numbers are in the set. Sorry, numbers are in the set. So basically, when you have a group of numbers, for instance, let's say you had a group of 5 numbers. If you had 5 numbers, you would add the 5 numbers together, and then you would divide by 5 because there are 5 numbers in the group. If you had 10 numbers, you would add the 10 numbers together, and then you would divide by 10 because there are 10 numbers in the group. If you had 3 numbers, you would add the 3 numbers and then divide by 3 because there are 3 numbers in the group. Okay, so let's try out some problems. Okay. What I'm looking at, and you might not be able to see because these are kind of small, is my first group of numbers here. I have 10, 15, 20, 13, 12, 11, 16, 18, and 14. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. Okay, so my first step is to add these 9 numbers together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write these 9 numbers down. So I have 10, 15, 20, 13, 12, 11, 16, 18, and 14. Okay? So, my first step is to add this group of numbers together. Okay? So, 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 0 is 5. Plus 3 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. Plus 6 is 17. Plus 5 is 25. Plus 4 is 29. Let's put our 9 down here and carry our 2 up to the top. Okay. And our second column, 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Okay, so now we have an answer of 129. Our next step is to divide this sum by the number of numbers in our group, okay? And how many numbers do we have in our group again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are going to divide our answer 129. We're going to divide it by 9 because there are 9 numbers in our group. Okay? So In order to divide, let's recall our DMSB loop, right? And what does that stand for? Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down, right? And you can remember it how? Dad, mom, sister, brother, that might help you. Okay, so our first step in our problem is to divide. So we are going to ask how many times 9 goes into 1. It does not go into 1 at all. So remember, we put nothing in this space up here. There is a 0 there above the 1. Now we ask how many times we have to bring our next number in. Let's use a different color here. So we're bringing our next number in, which is the 2. So now we're asking how many times does 9 go into 12? How many times does 9 go into 12? It goes in 1 time. And we're going to put it above the 2, because remember, we're working with 12. 1, next step, multiply. 1 times 9 is 9. Okay, next step, subtract. 12 minus 9 is 3, right? Then we're going to, next step, bring down our 9 and ask 9 goes into 39 how many times? 9 goes into 39 4 times. Oops, we're dividing, right? Now we're going to multiply. 4 times 9 is 36. Next step, subtract. Going to subtract. 9 minus 6 is 3. So we have a remainder of 3. But it really doesn't matter in this case because this, we need a whole number to represent our average. So our answer is the average of these 9 numbers is 14. Okay? All right. Let's try another problem. Moving up. Okay. I'm going to get another group of numbers. Let's see here. I have 112, 115, 116, 113, and 111. So my first step is what? To add the group of numbers. So what do I have? I have 112, 115, 116, 113, and 111. Okay, so I'm going to add this group together. All right, so step 1, 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 plus 3 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. I'm going to carry the 1 up here. Then I'm going to add this column of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, put our 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put our 5 here. All right, my next step is to divide our answer by the number of numbers in our group. And how many numbers are in our group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 numbers in our group. I need to divide 567. I need to divide that by 5 because there are 5 numbers in our group. Okay, so let's get out my other marker here. We're going to use again our DMSB loop, right? So our first step is to divide. 5 goes into 5 how many times? Once. Our next step is to multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. Bring down our 6. 5 goes into, oops, divide again. 5 goes into 6 how many times? Once. Multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Okay. Subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. Bring down our 7. 5 goes into 17 how many times? 3. Multiply. 3 times 5 is 15. Subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay, so we have a remainder of 2. But again, we don't care about that. We only care about our whole number for the average. So the average of these 5 numbers is 113. Okay? Let's try another one. Move down here, and we will work with 42, 50, 45, and 43. Okay, so we have, whoops, 42, 50, 45, and 43. Okay, our first step is to add our group of numbers. Okay, so 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 5 is 7, plus 3 is 10. 0 here, carry the 1 up here to our tens group. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 4 is 13, plus 4 is 17, plus 1 is 18. Okay, so our next step is to divide our answer by the number of numbers in the group. Okay, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers in our group, right? So we're going to take 180 and we are going to divide that by 4 because we have 4 numbers in our group, correct? All right. 4 goes into 1 how many times? Oops. Remember, we're using, once again, our DMSB loop, right? DMSB. So first step is to divide. So we're going to ask, how many times does 4 go into 1? Well, it doesn't go into 1. So remember, we need to leave this blank. There's a 0 in this space, right? So we have to move on to the next number. 4 goes into 18 how many times? Well, 4 goes into 18 4 times. Remember, we must put it above the 8 because we're working with the 18. Okay, our next step in our DMSB loop is to multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. The next step is to subtract. Okay, 8 minus 6 is 2. Our next step is to bring down our 0. 4 goes into 20 how many times? Oops, we're dividing again. 4 goes into 25 times. Okay, next step, multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. Next step, subtract. 20 minus 20 is 0, right? So our answer is 45. So the average of these 4 numbers is 45.